when we try to clean history or wipe history. I think that's can be full of danger. So.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah, of course.
Where are you from?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I live in Chicago, Illinois, United States.
Okay. If you don't mind asking, how old are you?
23.
23.
23.
All same age.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, what do you do here?
Currently, I'm a substitute teacher, but I like to do. I guess my dream is to do comedy, so like stand up and like acting,
Wow.
and so yeah. So that's what I kind of moved to Chicago to do, but I currently work as a substitute teacher.
Wow, cool.
Need money.
Are you traveling then?
I am traveling. Yeah.
How long have you stayed in Russia?
Just today. We got here earlier today from Kyoto, and then we actually go to Mount Fuji tomorrow, and then we fly to Tokyo the next day. But I feel like I had to get down here, right? So we made the trip, and then we got here earlier this morning.
What made you decided to come to Hiroshima?
I don't know. I think it's a major site of a very historical event that involves everyone in the world, right? I mean, especially an American, and I just felt like it had a lot of cultural and historical significance, and I feel like when you travel, you have to realize that there's a good chance you may never go back to that place, right? So you have to think about when you go to a certain place, what do you want to see if you're never going to ever go back again? And I think going to the spot of the first atomic bomb, right? And see and learn about that history and see what the damage was done, how it was recovered. I think I had a duty to go and see it, and so I really wanted to, and we made the trip down, and I'm really glad I did.
And how is the impression about Hiroshima so far?
I think I have the idea that the devastation of the atomic bomb, especially with things like radiation, just devastate places, and so I was aware that Hiroshima was now a modern city, but still there's this underlying feeling that it's still the same way, right? And that's just not true. And so I think it's just been amazing to see how modern the city is, right? And see how something this devastating can happen, but how it can also be rebuilt, even being rebuilt after a tragedy like that, and yeah, just kind of just appreciating it. I mean, it's really pretty.
Then, did you see the atomic bomb dome?
I did, yeah.
How did you feel when you see this?
It's somber, I think we're so far removed, especially modern citizens. I was born in 2000. I think you were around the same time, and we don't have the presence to recall what it was actually like, and the gravity. And so I think we tend to make light of it, and then you experience it and you actually see it, and I don't know. I think it was really healthy and really important for me to see that, because while when you aren't affected by it, you tend to not take it as seriously, and then you do realize 140,000 people died, and what can we do as the future generation to avoid that, so I think it just made it very real, and I think that's super important.
People are against remain the atomic bomb dome.
Okay.
What do you think? We should keep this one or destroy it?
Oh, I think it's such a incredible reminder, right?
Yeah.
Of that this actually happened. I think if you bulldoze that, you bulldoze history, right? And that is a vestige of an era of world politics in climate, in Japanese history, in American history, and a very vital reminder of the capability of man's destruction, and I think I think everyone should come and see this, because it's a incredible reminder that what we have is so fragile, and I think if you knock that down, you knock down history, and when you knock down history, you forget it, and when you forget it, you will repeat it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to. I think, at least from a historical perspective, I haven't done enough research, to counter anyone else's point. But I think when we try to clean history or wipe history, I think that's can be full of danger. So
Has your perspective changed through your experience in Hiroshima?
yeah, 100%, 100%. And I think,
Like,
well, bombs now are, I mean, we have the hydrogen bomb, and so you see the devastation that this did, right? And so imagine that times 100, times 1,000, and we have a lot more, and it's mutual assured destruction. It's just a complete annihilation of everything we know. And so I think just recognizing that it is very real. I think that and I mean, we're subjected to so much information constantly. It's tough for us to decipher what actually is prudent and what is not. And I think when you come into contact with something like the remnants of the old Hiroshima, I think you come to realize just how important it is to maintain peace, and that maintaining peace is like brushing your teeth. You have to do it every day, because we will slip into a place where peace isn't. So I don't know. I think I'm still kind of I'm kind of still taking it all in. You know what I mean? And so, but I'm very thankful I came.
do you think if there anything we can do for peace?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's the whole point of it, right? I think, especially now with the rise of nationalistic politics across really the world, I think it's as important as ever to maintain peace, because we have found that um, when countries or nations or regions turn into fascist or right wing or just militaristic or despotic areas, I think that's when world peace is at, uh, a real watershed moment, and I think it's important that us young people are involved in our communities, in politics, and on a local and national scale. And I think it's important to realize, like, this is a consequence of that not happening, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of fatigue, especially in the United States, around the political sphere, and we're just subjected to so much all the time. We just don't care, and so, but this is a pretty big reason to care, right?
Then our last question is: do you have any comment or advice for people who have not yet visited Hiroshima?
Yeah, I think, look, Japan's far away, especially from people from the United States. But if you come to Japan, I think you have an obligation to come here. And I think it's really important. It's just a vitally important thing to do, is come and see what was done in the past and what can be done in the future. And this is just a great example of the power of community and peace. I mean, this whole city was burned to the ashes, right? And look at it now. I mean, it's such a gorgeous. And I think what I'd really like to say is that you know, there's just such a level of, how would I say, you know, I mean, there's so many morals dedicated to people who died from this atrocity and their dying wishes, you know, to make peace in the world, whether that's, you know, young people or children or people that died that were working, you know. And so I think that is really touching. And I'm really glad that I came, and I hope that other people come as well, because I think it's really important.
Thank you for coming to Hiroshima.
Thank you for asking questions. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, awesome guys. Well, I hope I could help out a little bit.